Hey guys, Living Visionary here. Today we're going to be talking about a movie that just came out in the US. It's been out for like 7 months in Japan, but it just came out this weekend, Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Alright, so this movie is essentially about Demon Slayer, of course, and it takes place right after the end of Season 1, where they all board the train to go on to the next mission. This literally takes off right after that. Even at the beginning of the movie, it has that same scene where they go onto the train. And when they go onto the train, it basically follows Tanjiro and his friends going to see Rengoku to basically go through with this mission, and they have to fight off this evil demon who can basically control their dreams. And it's a very interesting story. I feel like this movie is very original because of the fact that it's different from other shonen movies. Usually in shonen movies, they're like, let's say with My Hero Academia or any other movie like that. I'm just gonna say My Hero Academia just because, you know, there's been a lot of those lately, where there's a movie that comes out and it has nothing to do with the show. You know, there are no real stakes. If you know that no one's going to die, you know that there's not going to be any lasting effects. You see characters getting other powers that like they don't carry on to the show, and the characters don't remember what's happening in the movies because it's not canon. None of it's from the manga. They're just throwaway storylines. And the thing about this movie is the fact that this comes straight from the manga. This is an actual storyline that's basically real. It's basically, this will have lasting effects over the course of the entire series. Like it jumps right from season 1, and then I know for a fact that in season 2 the effects are still going to last. And basically all I have to say is that if you're a Demon Slayer fan, if you watch season 1 and you want to watch season 2, you're gonna have to watch this movie. Like you need to watch this movie in that case, because it actually like holds a lot of it holds a lot of stakes. It's very important to the entire series. I like the setting a lot in this movie because the entire movie takes place on a train, so you essentially know exactly where everyone is. You know what everyone's doing. It's very contained. It's very like you can focus on what's happening in different parts, even when when it's not on screen. You know exactly where everyone is and what everyone's doing, and it helps keep track of everything. So I think the setting of them being on the train for like the majority of the movie, and even on like the last like 10-20 minutes they're next to the train, I think it's very helpful for the audience to understand what's happening. I'm very split over the actual characters in this show because the characters range from really poor to really great. On the poor spectrum, we have Zenitsu and Inosuke, who just feel like they're there. They're like there for comic relief. They're there to make us laugh. And this is like a very character-driven movie, but yet they don't have any. Their characters don't really show. They just show like it literally just shows their personalities in like a funny way, but not in anything important. It doesn't develop them in any way that it does with other characters. And the villains kind of feel the same way. Like the villains of the movie, there's one of the main villains. Is kind of just boring. He kind of gets annoying at sometimes, like not in a good way, not in like a hate him so much that like it's not like he was like written to be hated too much. It was just not an interesting villain, and they just felt there. And one of the other villains that come in just kind of comes in out of nowhere with no build up, so even they feel random. Luckily, the characters are saved by Tanjiro and Rengoku, because Rengoku, when he gets added into this movie, you can see his entire backstory developing. You can see him developing as a character, and basically you basically see what his motivations are, and it's really like endearing. And also he's just a really cool character. He has really cool powers. Everything about him is awesome, and every other character thinks he's awesome, and you could see yourself why every character thinks he's awesome, because he legitimately just is an awesome character, both like, you know, storyline wise and just like aesthetically. He's just awesome. And of course for Tanjiro, the story is really cool for Tanjiro because it focuses a lot on his family, or the trauma that he's gone through with his family, of, you know, how he lost his family being murdered by demons. Even though we already knew all of this, it kind of goes over it, but it focuses more on how it actually affects him. It really, which the show does fine, but the movie is doing even better here. That's showing exactly what he's going through and how much he truly misses them. And he basically has to choose between living in a dream world with them or living on the outside world without them. He wants to live in a perfect world, and it shows how much he truly does miss them, and how much he still like wants people to respect them in their memory. Alright, so the plot of the story was actually pretty good. Since, you know, the entire main villain has the ability to go into people's dreams, I thought that was pretty cool because it allows us to go into a deep dive of everyone's subconscious. Basically, the plot is determined by how these people feel, their backstories, and it's just develops them in ways that I never really thought they could, and it actually really surprised me on how well they actually pulled this off. So the plot was actually really good. The only thing I probably wasn't a fan of was the fact that a new villain just comes out of nowhere in the end, and there's no development on him. There's no build up, and that's pretty random. But at the same time, I feel like this movie needed this character to a great degree. So I don't know. Take what you will from that statement. All right. So the ending was really satisfying, despite the entire random evil big bad coming in. It was still a really cool ending. Everything feels like it matters. The stakes were large. It's going to continue into the next season. It's all really good, and with the final fight, there also comes the themes of life and death, and whether or not you should basically keep all your morals and die immortal, or basically lose all your morals and basically selling out to live forever, but also losing yourself in the process. And it ties right into the final battle, and honestly, I like the themes of the final battle more than the actual battle. The battle is good, but the themes just make it so much more better. And after saying all of that, I have to say that this movie basically deserves like 4 stars. It was really great. Really great character development, really great story, really great animation. I never said anything about that until now, but the animation was really good. Everything about it was just good. It just deserved to be in this in that 4-star range. In 2020, it was literally the highest grossing movie of the entire year. It's just an amazing movie, and I say you should watch it. If you're interested in the series, watch it. Make sure if you want to get into it, make sure you actually watch the show first, because it has an order. You have to watch the season 1 first, then the movie. But yeah, again, it's just a really great movie. And yeah, that's basically my review for Demon Slayer Mugen Train. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you thought about the movie yourself. If you saw it, if you're gonna see it, make sure you see it quickly, because those anime movies only stay in theaters for so long. But yeah, see ya.